So finally got my hands on this NZXT H9 Flow here, and I've been waiting quite a while, finally got it, and I do have everything inside here, a 13900K and an RTX 4080 GPU, which isn't vertically mounted. So one thing, I was very excited to get this case, but there's a reason why the stickers are still here and I haven't removed them, because I actually plan on returning this case. And with the amount of reviews that I've seen, no one really mentions a few negative things about this case. So which I'm gonna go through them with you, and just to show you before you buy this case, so you know exactly what's going on here. One thing I have to say, the looks of this case look amazing. Definitely, like, if you're looking at the price point and the looks, it looks pretty cool. And currently I don't even have it on and it still looks nice. And even it has the stickers on too. So first things first, the GPU. So currently I'm using an RTX 4080. So if you have a 4090, you're gonna kind of face the same issue there. And the glass here, the tempered glass, actually touches the cables. So if you're getting one of these cases, definitely recommend getting a vertical mount for your GPU, because if you're leaving it like this, the cables are actually touching the glass right now. I had to kind of push in the glass a little bit, just so it kind of fits. So let's go ahead and remove the tempered glass here. So we got the cables here. As you see, it's like a very, very tight fit here. I'm gonna turn the case around so you can kind of get the idea. And you can see here, it's like when I'm putting the glass, it's kind of pushing the cables. And with the amount of problems these GPUs had a little bit, like where the cables wasn't going all the way in, I'm kind of a little bit afraid to kind of push it in more. I don't want to like ruin the whole GPU just because of the like case here. The second issue which I faced with this case is putting a radiator at the top here. So I have currently a 360mm radiator on the side right now because it couldn't fit on the top. And the reason is it comes too low here, like where the CPU cables, you're not able like to kind of fit that in. It's like a very, very tight space there. So if you're putting a thicker radiator, or if you plan on doing like custom liquid cooling, I can see definitely you're gonna have problems there. I wish the whole thing was kind of a little bit lower, then there would have not been this issue at all there. But if you plan on just using one 360 AIO, you can just go ahead and use the side here. That works as well. But if you're planning to do anything at the top here, usually just the fans are gonna go there pretty much. Take a look at the back here. One thing you notice, the power supply goes up here. I'm thinking some power supplies tend to get a little warmer, some not, especially the ones when you have it at 0 RPM. Definitely I see it kind of generating more heat, which is going to the motherboard. So I'm not sure why they kind of stuck the power supply way up here instead of down here. Probably they had their reasons, but for personally, I don't really like it being there because it's gonna kind of heat transfer some of that to the motherboard, and I don't see why that's a benefit there. So up until now, pretty much I've been just going through the negatives, but there's definitely some cool things I love about this case is definitely the cable management. There's a huge room like where you can go ahead and put all your cables and everything like that. And the way everything comes with a filter, even like the whole back here like has a filter. Everywhere you look, like the bottom, top. So the overall message here is if you're planning to put a radiator at 360mm like I did here at the top, definitely you're gonna have some very, very, very tight issues with the cables here, which you're not gonna be able to fit them through. And also, just so you know, I have a individually sleeved cable. So I even have I could even go more of a tighter space. And if you have more of a regular power supplies, those cables are a little more thicker. So you're gonna have even of a bigger issue there. And the other thing is, if you have a bigger GPU, definitely get the vertical mount, because leaving the cables like this, smushing the cables all the time, and every time I'm like removing glass, putting it on, I'm kind of like a little afraid to push this cable and touch it that much. Really hope this video helps you out if you're planning on buying this, and if you have like similar specs, you're gonna know like what you're gonna the issues you're gonna face here. If you have any questions about this case, go ahead and leave a comment below. I'll be more than happy to answer it. I'll see you on that next video.